Affordable housing is one of Maine's top priorities. State lawmakers have a proposal to tweak a program that was established more than 15 years ago to help fill that need.
News 10 Maine's Chloe Thibault joins us now with a closer look at that bill. Chloe.
Hey, Zach and Chris. Yeah, the Maine Historic Property Rehabilitation Tax Credit was created in 2008. Essentially, it helps to fund the rehabilitation of old buildings like mills and schools by giving developers a percentage of what they spend back to help pay for the project. That percentage is higher for affordable housing projects, but there is a cap, and that amount has not been adjusted to make up for inflation. I spoke to stakeholders about a potential solution.
This is the Continental Mill here in Lewiston. It was built in the 1850s, and as you can see, it's very, very large.
Most people might see a waste of space when they look at old abandoned buildings, but Nathan Santon sees something different.
What we are purchasing is really just this building to the end.
Opportunity.
We absolutely have to provide housing for everybody in the state.
He is president of the Santon Company, a real estate development firm that specializes in affordable housing. Picker House Lofts in Lewiston is one of Santon's latest projects, putting apartment units in part of this old mill that has been mostly empty since the 1950s.
2/3 are going to be for households whose income is less than 60% of the area median income.
Santon says this has all been possible because of a program called the Maine Historic Property Rehabilitation Tax Credit. It gives people who redevelop historic buildings a percentage of what they spend back to help pay for the project. The problem, a cap of $5 million that a developer can get per year per project has never been adjusted for inflation. Santon says as a result, production often takes longer than it needs to.
We had to stretch out the construction of this over a 2-year period.
The costs have in fact doubled.
Last week, Laura Mitchell, executive director of the Maine Affordable Housing Coalition, testified in favor of a new bill that would increase the tax credit cap to $10 million.
It is extensive work that is required to bring these buildings back to life.
I think it's 14 out of the 16 counties either have projects or have broken ground for projects using the tax credit.
Bill sponsor Senator Peggy Rotundo says she's hopeful her colleagues will view this measure favorably, although the biggest roadblock still to come is cost.
When it's important, we bring the legislation forward regardless.
Now, I asked Senator Rotundo approximately how much this bill would cost the state of Maine. She says it's unclear at this point, but the Maine Revenue Service is looking into that figure. Chris, back to you.
All right, Chloe Thibault, thanks so much.